Hawkeye was released last week, and I haven't had an opportunity to talk about it yet. And I, so far, am really enjoying this series, so I thought it would be cool to take a moment to hear from all of you, as well as share my thoughts about each of the episodes. So for the next half hour, I'm going to be talking and spoiling Hawkeye episode 1. And then from 11 to 11:30, we're going to be talking about Hawkeye episode 2. I will be talking to you as if you have seen the episode so far. However, as I mentioned a few moments ago, it's not a movie that I think is very contingent on whether or not you've actually seen it to appreciate it. I mean, I don't think it matters if you know details before watching it. I don't think it's going to make it a less enjoyable experience. There haven't been any big reveals yet. So at this point, I'm just really speculating. I can give you a beat by beat breakdown, but I don't think even that will sour your experience. But I might be wrong about that. Thanks, Nick. I hope to see you then, man. Do you have to connect an account that can accept money before people can have the option to do that? I believe so. But I'm not really sure. Bromaster says, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye. It's very grounded and it's easy to follow, and Haley Steinfeld is gorgeous, so maybe that's contributing to my liking of the show. She's stunning. She hasn't always, she was a very normal, plain-looking young lady for a little while, which is okay. But yeah, lately she's gotten much more like glam, really done up. But she looks great, and yeah. So, general thoughts about Hawkeye, first of all. I think that it shares tonally a bit more with Falcon and Winter Soldier than it does anything else that's come out yet. I really like that the stakes aren't world ending. This has brought Marvel back to the basics, and what I really like about the first several superhero movies that Marvel put out, where the stakes are personal. All that's like, either Hawkeye could die in this series, but I don't think the fate of the world is going to be at stake. And I appreciate that because it makes the drama more compelling when you actually feel that the odds are against these characters, but that it doesn't mean that the galaxy is going to explode if they don't accomplish their mission. I really like the interplay between the two. Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner play off of each other very nicely. I think the humor fucking nails it in this series so far. It's definitely got the Marvel quippiness that we've come to love and expect from it. It kind of undermines itself at certain times appropriately. I think the action sequences are good, and when Haley Steinfeld is fighting in the one suit, she sells it. She sells it very well. I thought it was a very good introduction to the series, and from here on, I'm talking to you. Spoilers ahead. There be spoilers ahead, matey. Okay. So, in episode 1, the pre-credits sequence shows how the young Kate lost her father in the Chitauri assault in the first Avengers movie. Nearly a decade on, the Battle of New York continues to be a pivotal event in the MCU and is subsequently inspired by Hawkeye's archery antics on the battlefield after what looks to be her father dying, but we don't see a body. She says, I need a bow and arrow. And at her dad's funeral, vowing to protect her mother against anything that comes her way after her father kind of said he would always and then failed to protect her from this invasion. And in fact, Hawkeye stepped in and saved her. So it was really cool to see. It was really cool to see Hawkeye get a little bit of appreciation. I've always said Captain America's got a lot of heart. I mean, he can do this all day. That's why he's Captain America. Black Widow and Hawkeye don't have superpowers. All they fucking got is heart. I mean, in Special Forces training, sure, but they're going and fighting aliens and robots and gods, and they've got no protection. Like, they're vulnerable. Like, they're human beings. And I've said this as, like, my fan take on the MCU. If somebody would have said, Jeremy, you get to be the president of Marvel, and we want you to launch a cinematic universe. How are you going to do that? I would think about it and I would say, well, fuck, Hawkeye and Black Widow, we got to have them in the team because they're Avengers. They don't have superpowers. Maybe the first movie we do is called Hawkeye and Black Widow. It's not Falcon and Winter Soldier. Maybe the first Marvel movie is Hawkeye and Black Widow. Or you just title it Black Widow and it's the two of them. And we get introduced to these characters. They have a solo mission. We really start to understand. Maybe the first movie is what happened in, you know what I'm talking about. Belarus. No. I can't think of it right now. And then through their eyes, we're introduced to Nick Fury. And at the end of the movie, Nick Fury's like, oh, I want to tell you about this initiative. And then we build the team around these two human characters. I would have liked that. That's not what we ended up getting. What we ended up getting is probably better than that. It works out great. But that's just the way that I view these characters is they've got more heart than anybody else on the Avengers because they're more vulnerable than anybody else on the Avengers. And this show acknowledges that and acknowledges the struggles that Clint has had to overcome over the years. Budapest, thank you. That's the one, Vultures of Culture. Appreciate that, and welcome to the conversation. The Tracksuit Mafia is fucking hilarious. Yes, yes. All right, so then after she says, I need a bow and arrow, let me pull up this page for y'all so you got something to look at other than just my ugly mug. Okay, there we go. Now we can look at Haley Steinfeld together. Oops. There you go. So after she says, I need a bow and arrow, it opens up to a brilliant animated credit sequence, which I gotta disagree a little bit. It's got the trademark hue of purple that Bishop's comic book character look picks up in the story. I know that the art is very similar to what was done in the Hawkeye series that this television series is based, but to me the music's not great, which makes the opening sequence a little bit underwhelming. It kind of looks like a tampon commercial to me, if I'm being honest. Is that sexist? I can't tell anymore. The colors, mostly, and it just, like, it looks... kind of looks like it's for feminine hygiene products, dude. I'm not trying to fucking be controversial here. I'm just saying it like I see it. That's what I saw. I get it. If you were like, no, dude, it acknowledges the artist that's responsible for creating these versions of the characters. All right, fine, fair enough. Fair enough. You guys let me know what you think. Feminine hygiene product? I don't know. But yeah, the opening credits show her becoming a champion archer, gymnast, and fencer, as well as being a crash course in Superhero Skills 101. They say it's a wonderfully efficient piece of storytelling. I don't know, dude. To me, it's just boring opening credits. It would be like going on about how great the opening credits are in Daredevil. Only they're actually a little bit cooler. The CGI is, impressive. Anyways, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and spend 30 minutes talking about what looks like. And as I'm sitting here saying this, I'm looking at all the purple around me, realizing that I look like a feminine hygiene product. I'm a tampon. Stick me up your butt. Know what those things are for? So after that, though, we see Kate in action. She's standing on top of a building, and she's got a tennis ball and her bow and arrow, and she shoots it, and it hits the bell, and everybody's like, that's a little anticlimactic. So she tries again. This time she puts this is super fucking cool. She puts like this niche on the front of her arrowhead, and instead of shooting the bell, she catches the rope that swings the dinger, causing the bell to ring, which unfortunately causes the entire fucking bell tower to just be destroyed. It's the purple and white colors. Makes sense. Yeah, let me see what Playtex commercials look like. That's what I'm thinking for some reason. Yeah, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Playtex feminine products have this very similar color. And in fact, how can I not show you guys this? Hey, have you seen the opening sequence for the new Hawkeye show? Look, there goes Kate Bishop. Oh, look, there she goes. Learning how to be, look, she's learning how to dance. Oh, crap, dude, look, she's learning how to run a triathlon. Anyways, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. You can act like you don't see it all you want, but we know the truth. We know the truth. And it will set you free. I'm coming off like Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Fucking Mary Sue. SJWs and shit. Bromaster, welcome back to the conversation. Woke cultures and things. What's up with all you wokies? The MCU. So anyways, yeah, she fucking blows up the clock tower on accident. The police come and not arrest her, I guess. She gets in some sort of trouble where her wealthy mom like gets to just buy her way out. That talk about privilege, dude. Talk about privilege. Just saying, if it was me that shot that dinger on the bell tower, I would have called my father's lawyer. Would have been like, do you know who the fuck my dad is, motherfucker? And be like, whoa, dude, no. He's going to have your ass, and then he's going to have your job. It's fucking stupid, dude. Yes, Patrick McCabe, it indeed does. Yeah, I am definitely a fan of the female gender in general. I don't understand. I don't understand all the hoopla. Don't understand all the hoopla. Let's see here. Where's my... So after that happens is one of my favorite things in the MCU. Like, just straight up one of my favorite things in the MCU. And it is... Where is it at? Barton himself hasn't been forgotten, and the episode skillfully switches between its two protagonists throughout. He's the last of the original Avengers to get title billing, and on paper, it's easy to see why. Next to super soldiers, Norse gods, billionaire tech geniuses, and super spies, a guy who's simply really good with a bow and arrow is very much a supporting player. Even so, Never Meet Your Heroes quickly shows why he's the perfect anchor for a TV show. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And to that point about sharing screen between the protagonists, remember who it started with. This is very much Kate Bishop's story. I mean, you can tell by the opening credits and all of that. This is very much Kate's story. And I have a feeling Hawkeye ain't walking away from this one. I have a feeling our Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, ain't walking away from this one. But I may be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times before. You think she killed Kate's father at the beginning? I kind of agree with you, bro, Master. I have a similar feeling. You're absolutely right, Vulture. Vultures of Culture. In a nutshell, Hawkeye is a hero with baggage. When Thanos delivered the most famous finger snap in history, Clint Barton lost everything. So with his wife Well, he didn't actually lose everything. He didn't lose his wife and 3 kids. Oh, they did turn to dust, but then they came back. But that's when he transformed himself into the vigilante Ronin, unafraid to push the limits of a PG-13 rating as he embarked on a violent mission to eliminate organized crime. Then, to make matters worse, he had to sacrifice his best friend Natasha to recover the Soul Stone on Vormir. Even with his family restored, a backstory like this is going to leave a mark. Yeah, it sure is. Jeremy Renner is brilliant here with his gruff, unshowy performance, revealing the vulnerable human side of a hero. Though clearly devoted to his kids, there's an underlying sadness lurking behind those eyes, most notably when the actor playing Black Widow in a production of a hot new Broadway smash, Rogers the Musical, brings the memories flooding back. Barton is clearly uncomfortable with his massive celebrity, the weight of the lives he took in his Ronin guise taking a considerable toll. That scene, dude, Rogers the Musical is the funniest fucking thing ever. It is so cringe. It is so cringe. Hulk is just a dude in a green hoodie, and they're like, oh my God, dude, singing for him to smash. It was so funny. I want to see the whole thing. I hope that they do Rogers the Musical. He might not die. I think he's going to die. That's what's going to give it the emotional gut punch at the end, especially considering they are starting so light. And if we think about the last 3 Marvel shows, are we going to go tonally that buoyant compared to how grim What If was? How grim and dark WandaVision was at certain points? We watched the destruction of several different timelines in Loki. They're going fucking dark, dude. They're going dark. I know that it's still got the protective coating of a Marvel property around it, but I'm surprised by the amount of darkness that's been in the television world of the MCU to this point. Eternals didn't have that vibe. Shang-Chi didn't have that vibe, but very much the television series have. Agreed, Patrick. Yes, the alternate angle of 2012 was very cool. Avengers 1 is such a huge moment in the MCU world and ours. Yeah, couldn't agree more. From the hilarious glimpses at the Steve Rogers Show, surely a real-life MCU musical can't be far behind, to Kate Bishop's inventive fight sequences, there's a real lightness of touch here. Haley Steinfeld instantly makes the role her own, whether she's in the midst of a dispute with her mom, going undercover, or beating up mobsters with vintage wine bottles. Dude, I love that she hit so many people with wine bottles and the fuckers don't bust. That's reality. That's reality. If you hit somebody with a wine bottle, unless you do it really fucking hard, you're going to bust skulls before you bust those wine bottles. And I just love the bing, bing. Super fucking cool. I like that scene a lot. I liked how she put on the waiter's get up. I mean, she came in a tux, but I like how she goes and just kind of picks up a tray and infiltrates that little auction that's going on underneath with the Ronin suit. It doesn't exactly give me the whole synopsis here, but that's okay. We don't need the entire thing. But yeah, I think it's smart. And I do really like Haley Steinfeld and the kind of strained relationship between her and her mother, because this new character, the swordsman, has come into the mother's life. She thinks that he's got something to hide, but it's very clear that Kate's mother, Vera Farmiga, is at least an antagonist. Really like the Tracksuit Mafia. But I can't wait to see where this all ends up heading, you know? It's a fun watch. I feel like we've got good things on the horizon with this one. And as long as they stick the superhero landing at the end, I think we've got a very cool property. So yeah, what do you guys think? Anything else we need to touch on? We got about 8 minutes left in this segment. Let's see here. The alternate okay, saw that one. I can actually see Clint staying alive and running a superhero group, maybe Young Avengers. That would be cool. I would like to see that. You guys know I'm a Hawkeye fan. I like Hawkeye. Chris Hemsworth is actually Thor in another universe. Yeah. I love the little montage that explained how Clint's hearing got fucked up. It was a testament to how grounded the show is. Yes, that very, very cool. That'd be awesome, Mark. Hawkeye did lead the West Coast Avengers. Shang-Chi, Ant-Man in San Francisco, Young or West would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, the montage was fantastic. Yeah, it was. It was. I wonder how dark we're gonna get with this show, and I wonder, like, where's what? Okay, in the timeline, somebody mentioned earlier that this is a year after Far From Home. Is that right? Is that how far out from the blip we are? Not that it matters all that much. I'm just kind of curious who's going to come showing up in the series. Like, is Yelena going to be in it? Because it really seems like she's going to be in it. Does Yelena have a relationship with the Tracksuit Mafia? I mean, there's like the Eastern European connection. You know what I mean? So it's possible. I don't know exactly where the Tracksuit Mafia is from, but you get the impression that they're kind of like, Russian or Belarus or something like that. It's all kind of the same thing when you think about it, man. Wasn't White Vision an East Coast Avenger too? He's still floating around out there somewhere. Yeah, that's interesting. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, where's everybody else at this time? Where's Sam and Bucky? Is their paths gonna cross? That's definitely an interesting question, one that I can't wait to stick it out and see where things end up.